Elections. Welcome to, it's a great pleasure. I am seeing a lot of my good friends have joined, including Mr. Dato sir, our beloved friend Sudhakar Shetty has joined now. He is also joined for your sake. He's joined. He's too busy today. He's having a FKCCA meeting. In spite of it, he's just joined. I welcome Hari Krishna. You may be knowing him. He's from Singapore. He is a UAE Singapore Council member, and other chamber members have joined, including Bhupanna and others have joined in the meeting. I welcome everybody. I welcome my friends and business people and idea members, everybody. Good evening to all from India. With a lot of international friends have joined there. Mr. Dato Ramesh Kodammal, because of your name, a lot of my friends have joined. Welcome, and you can see them later in your thing. It gives me an immense pleasure to introduce my beloved friend, keynote speaker, Dato Ramesh Kodammal. He is a chairman of a Goldtext group of companies, a company which he founded in 1973. It is specializing in import and export garments and textiles, as well as manufacturing of home furnishings. Dato Ramesh is the chairman of ASEAN-Indian Business Council Malaysian chapter and chairman Asian-Indian Business Council AIBC. He is currently a council member for the Malaysian Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. He is also a member of the Malaysian National Committee of the Pacific Economic Corporation. Dato Ramesh actively promotes the interest of the business community between Asia and India, and he has been actively involved in the visits of Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji, to Malaysia as a part of initiative. Sir, we know your efforts. We are also part of that group. We're grateful to you. You helped India in that bad situation. Thank you very much. He has actively participated in various international forums and seminars representing Malaysia as a moderator and speaker. We really enjoy Sudhakar Shetty is there, our president, past president of FKCCA. He made us to sit in Vidhan Sauda to celebrate the Asian conference. It's a great conference which nobody can forget in the world. Among a host of which Dato Ramesh has held previously include Deputy President of Kuala Lumpur Selangor Indian Chamber of Commerce, which is a prestigious one, and Vice President of Malaysia Association of Indian Chamber and Industry, and Treasurer of National Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Malaysia. He is currently hold various positions in other non-government. Apart from that, as a good friend, I know Mr. Dato, and we are very grateful to you. How much you are servicing to the Asian community is countless and priceless. And our idea group, particularly headed by Nagaraj, is my close friend, and I know his ability and capability. He's practicing all over the world. And their members and other friends will blessed to hear your experience, and particularly entrepreneur, you are the right person to talk about it. Welcome, sir. Presenting Mr. Dato Ramesh Kodammal to the meeting. Thank you very much.
Very good evening to all of you who are present here today. To ideas who have taken this initiative to organize this event. My dear friend, Mr. Sridharan, who is there, who has given me a wonderful introduction. Thank you, Sridharan. My friend Nagaraju, who is the person who initiated ideas, I believe, and my friend Mr. Saudagar Shetty, Mr. Sandeep Majumdar, and a lot of friends who are here today. A very good evening to you. Today is Entrepreneurs Day. And when I had a message this morning, also telling that today is Senior Citizens Day. So I got a little worried. I'm a senior citizen and I'm going for Entrepreneur Day presentation. So what am I heading to? So I had another thought. I think we all entrepreneurs, for a moment, should take away the thought that we are senior citizens. If you consider yourself a senior citizen, you won't be actively involved in the present situation of what you're doing as a businessman. A businessman is always young at heart, young in thoughts, and young in moving forward. So to have both on the same day is a great honor. And to my dear friends who are listening to me today, I think we all are entrepreneurs. And to be an entrepreneur is actually a great gift from the Creator. If you ask yourself today, why have you chosen this path? The answer will come to you. I've just thought about it and I've taken this path. Entrepreneurs actually, some are created, but most of them are made with two things in mind. Ambition, which they have, and they have self-confidence. These are the two things which makes up an entrepreneur. Confidence, and you move forward. Without having self-confidence, there is no entrepreneur who can actually climb up the ladder. And today on Entrepreneurs Day, I'm not only going to talk to you about entrepreneurship, because I know most of you have started it, would have gone for courses. You can just Google and see what entrepreneurship about is. But what is more important is, have we gauged ourselves in the life of an entrepreneur? The pains and pleasures of an entrepreneur. This is what I think on Entrepreneurs Day, I would like to pass a message across. Entrepreneurship is a skill which you actually come out from your own self, with your ideas, with your thoughts, and how you take it forward. Many people say that this guy has become a billionaire. But did we actually sit down and realize the problems in life he would have gone through? The pain and pleasure of an entrepreneur is always a stage play in everyone's mind. I know all of you who are listening to me today, I know and I can feel that not all of you have been born with a silver spoon. Many of you have taken the challenge to do what you're doing today. You would have gone across many problems in your life. So, as an entrepreneur, one of our first principles is, when you have a problem, you don't run away from the problem. You stick to the problem to solve the problem. That is your journey, because you have started it and you have to complete it. And entrepreneurship, today I started my business 47 years ago. And if I recall my time when I started my business, I had a necessity. I had a need for it. I was evaluating, because I left my school at the age of 16. I started working. And that time in Malaysia, I was getting a salary of 80 ringgit, which is today equivalent to maybe $20 US. So I thought to myself that I cannot survive on this. I must take a decision. So I took a decision to become an entrepreneur. How do we gauge an entrepreneur? A person having a stall on the roadside is also an entrepreneur, because he has taken the challenge. A person who built $1 billion business or $1 million business is also an entrepreneur. But the skills and thought of an entrepreneur differ at different levels on how you move around. As I mentioned earlier, an entrepreneur must always have self-confidence. This is actually the key to success for an entrepreneur. If you do not have the confidence in what you are going to do, no one will be able to help you. Because if you don't believe in yourself, in what you are doing, how do you expect others to believe you in what you're going to present it to them? So you have to have that confidence and move along, because it's not going to be easy for anyone to just come and help you. I think an entrepreneur must be very creative. When you have something with you, you must think beyond someone else with a creation. This is an example. I always like to take examples of SMEs, startup, micro businesses, and then you take them up to a different level. If you're having a stall by the roadside and someone is just selling pakora, for example, and one guy is selling pakora with a stall which is little decorated with signboard, he has created something to enhance his business. So in any business you are, you have to have a concept of creating it. And this creation is going to take you a step further. And as we move on in our business, we must work very professionally. Some of us have got all our master's degrees. We are graduated. We come from various universities. Some of us start from the scratch. The people who start from the scratch have got a harder period to work forward because they have to move with various platforms. And today, Ideas is a fantastic platform for upcoming businessmen to meet, to learn, to have contact and move forward. This is the way actually you work forward. Today, when you look at it, the Rotary organization, which started close to 100 years ago, had a simple principle of sharing. So for entrepreneurship, we must have a mind to share with others. And no one can be indispensable when you are talking about entrepreneur. The world is yours, the people are yours, the surrounding is yours. You have to link with each and every person to benefit being an entrepreneur. And how do you actually promote your business? Many people say we are an entrepreneur, but we have to promote our business. The easiest way, my dear friends, from my experience, to promote your business is to talk about yourself. You start talking about yourself when you see people. You start telling them your stories. You start telling them, I have done this, I can do this, I will do this. So your stories will sell. This is actually a marketing strategy. So every entrepreneur must sell himself. If you see the American way of marketing, it's promoting something. It's talking about something. Today in the COVID, people are online, but they don't promote their products. They product what they are doing during the COVID. I can offer something better in COVID, but they're promoting their product by emphasizing on how helpful they are. So you promote yourself to see what you are doing. And then you pass the message to people that you will be there. If you don't talk about yourself, no one is going to talk about you. You must talk about your business. You must talk about your ideas. You must talk about what you are doing. You must start mixing around with whoever you are to market yourself. When you market yourself, you'll be marketing your business. Today, Mr. Nagaraju tells me that he is doing accounting. Unless and until I know he is doing accounting, and if there's some need for something in India by someone from this side, I will contact Mr. Nagaraju. But if he doesn't tell me, I won't know about it. So please take a principle to market yourself, which is very important. Then again, we come to an area where we talk of risk-taking. In life, there's a very simple slogan, no risk, no gain. We have heard that many times. So risk is a great factor for an entrepreneur. But then again, we caveat it with another word, which we call it calculated risk. It is a risk which we calculate and then can see what are the pros and cons of it. So every entrepreneur has to take risk, but the risk has to be evaluated to be a calculated risk. And only then you'll try to manage it if there is a problem. So risk-taking is a norm of entrepreneurship. There's no such thing that from one stage you move to the next stage, there's no risk. In every stage of entrepreneurship, there's a risk as you build on your platform. Because entrepreneurs don't end at one point. They have got a vision, they've got an ambition, they want to grow. And this is what we have to take a risk and have it calculated. Don't do anything in your life if you don't have a passion for it. Passion is something which every entrepreneur must have with him on whatever he does. If you don't have a passion for what you are doing, you would not be successful. You must love doing what you're doing. When you start loving something what you're doing, even during good times and bad times, you will be in love with it to carry on with it. You won't divorce whatever you are doing. So the passion of an entrepreneur is very important. You can keep on changing what you're doing as you improve in life, but the passion you must have of an entrepreneur in your mind that I need to do this, and the love must be there. So I'm going to give you a simple example. In the Asian crisis, I had a manager with me, working with me. When I employed him, he had a condition. His condition was that I am willing to work with you, but I can terminate my services, but you cannot leave me. He was a respectable person. He was working for a company, a jeans company, Levi's, and he was 55 years of age. So I asked him why. He said, if I leave the job and I work for you, after the age of 55, I don't want to go and look for another job. I said, that's reasonable, but you never know when things change. So there was the crisis, financial crisis, and my business actually went to a different level, which I had problems. But I could not tell this man to leave, because in entrepreneurship, a word is very important. If you commit something, you must bind by it. If not, they will say that as an entrepreneur, you are useless. The word, when it comes useless, then you are in danger. So you must keep your word. You must struggle your situation to come out of your problem. So I took a deal with him. I said, very good. These are my office keys. You manage my business, and I'm going to go for a job. I went and worked, but my company was functioning. So I went and worked in a real estate company. And there was a great opportunity because there was a lot of sales of properties, and I managed to make some good money. But I did not leave that man. I still paid him his salary for 4 years. And I came back to my business and carried on with the same business and revived it. Why I'm stressing this point is, when you are in crisis, you must find solutions. When you are in crisis, you must be committed to keep your word. When you are in crisis, you must motivate yourself that I can. The word I can is something which is very important. And till today, I always believe that as an entrepreneur, we can. And when we say we can, we will be motivated to do things. As an entrepreneur, something is very important, that is planning. Many entrepreneurs start working without planning. They just do things ad hoc. They don't sit down and say, for the next 5 years, I want to do this. For the next 3 years, I want to do this. For the next 6 years, I want to do this. They don't plan. For every entrepreneur, planning is very important. You must have a vision of what you want to do, and you must plan yourself on how you want to take your business forward. And while you're planning to take your business forward, you must also have something in mind as an entrepreneur: social responsibility. In entrepreneurship, is not about all what you do to make money. In entrepreneurship, is there that what you do to help society, help friends, help the nation, and move forward. While your business is growing, this is another platform will evaluate you to a different level. So there's a combination of social governance and entrepreneurship for monetary gain. So these are two things I think which you must always bear in mind, which will take an entrepreneur to a different level. And I'm a very strong believer that knowledge is power. Knowledge is something which all of us must, at every point of time, try to evaluate to a different level. I must confess that after dropping out from school, I would not have gone to the university. But I can also confess I read a lot, I understand a lot, I work a lot, I mix with people who have got knowledge. So if you start working on these lines, automatically you will build a platform where you are going to build yourself with knowledge. Knowledge is something, it's actually a bank which no one can steal away from you. It is you who have it, and it is only with you, and you can use it. This is a wonderful saving of an entrepreneur, knowledge. In a saving account, you put money, you are going to use it for yourself, or someone will ask you, or you'll invest in the business, it's going to a different direction. But for knowledge, it only comes to you, and you are going to use it on what you need to do. So my dear friends who are there, the young entrepreneurs, the older entrepreneurs, please take my advice that always upgrade your skills. This is something which is very important. Today, with digitization, with technology in play, we all sometimes get lost, but we should make an attempt to look into it and move forward. Then also, together with entrepreneurship, social skills are very important. How are you going to move with society? How are you going to move with friends? How are you going to move with your fellow entrepreneurs if you don't have the social skills? Social skills are something which you develop. And as an entrepreneur, you must develop your social skills as you grow. Don't shy away from meeting people. Don't shy away from joining organization. Don't shy away from learning. This is actually an asset when you are an entrepreneur. So you know how to present yourself at any moment to anyone, wherever you are, so that you can move forward. If you don't have social skills, for example, if you want to go to a bank to ask for some finance, you really won't know how to talk to them. You won't know how to negotiate with them. You'll be telling your accountant, please, can you do this for me? But when you go to the bank will say, who is this person? If I meet him in person, I will try to understand and evaluate him. So I think social skills is something which we all entrepreneurs must learn and move forward. I think there's so many things which we can actually keep on talking about entrepreneurship. I think as an entrepreneur, you must also understand to manage your finances, because finance plays a very big role in the life of an entrepreneur. We must always tighten our belts to see how we manage. Whenever you speak to the accountant, they'll speak about capex and opex. So how do you manage your apex and capex during times like the COVID today? Unless and until you have tightened your belt, you can come through a situation and move forward. I think there are a lot of areas for an entrepreneur to understand and move forward. Entrepreneurship is a marvelous thing. Please don't give up your entrepreneurship and start moving. Start linking with businesses, start linking with friends, start learning from them. Ideas is a good platform. I think you all can meet with people, you all can talk with people, and you all can learn from each other. And never be shy of a failure. Whenever you fail, is actually the next level for success. If you don't fail, you would not know, you would not understand, you would not learn your mistakes. Today we pay thousands of dollars going to a fantastic university to get a degree. We have got a degree, we are skilled. We go for a job. And even having the degree, we do make mistakes. So we have paid thousands of dollars for a degree and we have made mistakes. So in our business, if we have made a mistake, we have to pay a price for it to learn. And that is called experience. Experience is something which you have failed and learned to progress. It is not that it comes from the air. Some mistake has happened, you have learned from it, there was a price to pay, then you're very cautious about it. You will think about it the next time, that the last time when I did this mistake, I lost some money. So I have to be very careful about it. I think these are the skills which the entrepreneurs must understand. The other thing which I very strongly believe is all of us entrepreneurs must have some sort of spirituality with us. We must believe and have faith. Faith is something which is very important to all of us. You can be the best person in everything, but when you are in problem, if you don't have faith, you will be disturbed. So faith is actually a healer in entrepreneurship. It's an access trump card which a person keeps with him, that when there's something, you have faith in your situation, you have faith that there's something going to help you out, you motivate yourself, and this is where the play of faith comes in. These are things which we must all, I'm talking through my experiences, through my journey, when I have problems and how I come through it. Definitely in 47 years, when I started my business with nothing, I would have definitely have faith with myself that I'm able to do things. I knew that I could do it, confidence. So these are self-motivated things which your entrepreneur should have. I think we should go beyond entrepreneurship now. I would also like to emphasize to all of you today that in this journey, you must always play a role of a caring person. You must be able to give. And this is actually a miracle. And many people, some of them believe in it, some people don't believe in it. But the universal truth is that if you contribute to a good cause, there is something invisibly coming knocking to your door, but you won't know it, but it happens. So that's what I think we must have the faith, we must have the belief. And you never be shy as an entrepreneur to knock someone's door asking him something. Because if you need something, please go forward, ask. In the Christian 10 Commandments, it says, ask and you shall receive, knock and it shall be opened. So as an entrepreneur, you have got the right that is said in the 10 Commandments. Let's follow the commandments of wherever we can to do kind things and benefit ourselves. If you don't ask someone for help, no one is going to help you. If you don't ask someone for business, no one is going to give you business as an entrepreneur. So you must ask. You must actually go forward to knock doors to see who is there to actually help you. These are all the things which we as entrepreneurs should do, we should learn. And this is something which I like to share with you, which my friend told me when I was young. He said, when you're 40, you should have friends who are 20. And you should have friends who are 60. So that was an amazing thing to me at the age of 40. He says that I must have friends who are 20 and I must have friends who are 60. So I asked him why. He said, when you're 40, you have friends who are 60, they'll be able to advise you. You can go to them and talk to them, and they'll come up with some solutions. And the friends of 20, when you grow older, you will still have company to mix around with younger people. And they will be very supportive to you. So in life, so you balance yourself. It's not only you mix with the friends of your age group. Try to see that you have friends who are older than you, who are able to help you in different conditions in your need. Have friends who are younger to you. You can mix with them when you need. So these are all the skills which we have to acquire by ourselves when we go forward. So I think entrepreneurship is a fantastic thing. And I think I'm being given some time and I've already more or less, I'm completing my time. But I would be very happy to note that you wonderful entrepreneurs are doing fantastically well. Don't worry of your problems. I would not talk of the present pandemic situation because I've been talking about it for the last 1.5 years. And basically speaking, don't worry about it. This is something, another act of God, which we call it. It comes and it would go. Just take care of yourself. Be careful so that you don't blame yourself that because of you, this has happened. I know all of us would be struggling in our business at one point or the other because of this present situation. Don't worry. It's just a cycle. It comes back. If you throw a ball hard on the ground, it'll bounce back higher. So the harder the COVID comes, the harder it's going to bounce back. And we are all again going to be making wonderful dollars and cents. We'll be talking about business again. We'll be going again to the pub, having our drinks and enjoying yourself. We'll be traveling. We'll be taking first class and traveling to Singapore, to Malaysia, to India. So don't worry at all, my dear friend. Be positive. And I'm very sure that whatever you think positively, it is going to happen. People who think negatively will always sink in their thoughts. So let's not sink in our thoughts. Let's be positive about the whole thing. Because when we are positive, our family members, they become positive. Imagine that when you go back home with some negative thoughts and you're just sitting in the corner, I think your family will be upset. But if you go, hey, there's nothing wrong, let's move on, I know you have the problem. But that is again the skill of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs must always have a smile on their face whenever you are doing well or whether you are not doing well. The smile and charm which you have on your face takes you across and you become a winner. So I think I've said a lot and I hope you all have got my message clear. I will, what you call that, pass my contact to Mr. Nagaraju. Just to brief you all a bit, I also co-chair the ASEAN-India Business Council, and this council actually works very closely with the 10 ASEAN countries working together with India. And my vision is that as long as we can work together, whether from the ASEAN side or the Indian side, I'm proud to say that this is the only council in the world who has got a population of 2 billion people in its hands. With 680 million plus 1.3 billion, we are close to 2 billion people. This council is managing people on a platform of 2 billion. I think it's fantastic. We should work together and we should see that the entrepreneurs' aspirations are what you call that fulfilled for this region. I think we are a great place to work with. And I think ASEAN and India have got the same culture, the relationship, the message which we pass across is the same, So lucky Mr. Tridharan didn't tell me to speak in Tamil. If not, I would have spoken in Tamil. Or if he would have told me to speak in Hindi, I would have spoken in Hindi. So you can understand that our lingo, our thoughts, Our ways of doing things are the same, but I'm a Malaysian, born in Malaysia. My children are born in Malaysia, but our links are all with India and throughout ASEAN because we resemble the same. If I come to India, no one is going to tell me that I'm from Malaysia. They say you are an Indian guy. So someone tells me, are you a Gujarati? Someone tells me, are you a Maharashtrian? Someone tells me, where are you from? But I say, I'm an Indian. My DNA is Indian, but I'm a Malaysian. So my dear friends, the world is very small. Let's work together. Let's build ourselves together. And this is the only journey which we have, because I'm a very strong believer that when we look at our scriptures, we look at the Bhagavad Gita, which tells us that we'll have a rebirth. It's because of our karma. Yes, we believe in it, but no one has experienced it. So let's take this as our only journey. Let's be happy. Let's do good. And let's leave the result, whatever comes, whatever will may. But we be perfect human beings. And just now, Mr. Nagaraju was talking about animals and businessmen and entrepreneurs. But I want to get just one point to Mr. Nagaraju. Nagaraju, there's only one difference between animals and human beings. If you read the scriptures, they tell you that the God, the Lord, has only given intellect to human beings. And that does not exist in the animal kingdom. We only have improved ourselves because of our intellect. And our intellect is something which teaches us what is wrong, what is right. The animal kingdom does not know what is right, what is wrong. That is the difference. So I hope that we all will take the clue as human beings and do the right things and as good entrepreneurs and move forward. So with that, thank you very much. I hope I would be able to talk to you all once more when the time arises. And thank you. Thank you, Mr. Nagaraju, Sridharan, all my friends who are listening to me today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It is very, very inspiring and very insightful. Each word full of light and light of wisdom and real experience. Moving forward, I request Mrs. Lakshmi Prasanna for thanking His Excellency Dato Mr. Ramesh Kodammal. Mrs. Lakshmi Prasanna is the Ideas Business Coach. She is the founder of Lakshya Consultants, a training and mentoring platform, besides owning the Ananya Child Development Clinic for autistic children. Over to you, ma'am.
Sir, first and foremost, I bow to you on behalf of the entire IDEA family. Thank you so much. In Indian scriptures, it is told that when you are ready, the Guru comes walking. Thank you, Mr. Nagaraju. Today, indeed, the IDEA platform came, got the Guru coming and walking and giving us the message at the right time. We have actually worked for the last 2 years getting prepared for this message, and indeed it is the right moment. Everybody raise your hands, you feel that it was the right moment. We got the right message from you, sir. Thank you so much. Indeed we are blessed, like Mr. Sridharan told. Indeed we are blessed for gaining this advice from 47 years of your experience. Indeed, like we are all not born with silver spoons, sir. Like you said, we are all, most of us are first generation entrepreneurs caught in the pandemic. So we got the right guidance. Like I felt my grandfather was entrepreneur. I'm a third generation actually, but I missed the link. And now I felt that, you know, my father himself was speaking to me through you and giving us the guidance. All of us have been felt. We are touched, moved, and inspired by your message, especially the way you told us that do not give up, do not run away, face the challenge. It is wonderful message, Mr. And you asked us to be young at heart. Being a Senior Citizens Day, you told that no matter what, be young at heart and face the challenge. The skills you have told us to have, once again, is a wonderful roundup. We could have been in an MBA college once again, reminding us that these are the skills we need. Yes, sir, a little brief that social skills are important. Connect with people is very important, and talk about yourself. That is what visibility we say on the IDEA platform. Social entrepreneurship, again, and upgrading our skills. This is what we do in IDEA day in and day out. In fact, you got the crux of idea, the heart of idea you have spoken us, and indeed you are a great mentor for us. Most important to us all, what you told us is that spirituality is very important. Faith, in hard times, faith does. It's really moved us when you said that ask and it shall be given to you, knock and it will be opened. And we, every one of us, believe from our hearts that yes, you gave it with so much of conviction that we felt that yes, the universe will give us what we're doing. Yes, the pain and pleasure of the entrepreneur, no one can understand. It's a stage play, right? And you know, we will be positive, and you got smiles on all our faces when you said smile, and we all started smiling and believing that good times will come back to us. The only thing is we need to believe that we can and say that I can and self-motivate ourselves. And planning and financial control, I think will be there. You have created so many entrepreneurs today. Once again, this energy will last for the next 1 year for us. Again, we hope to meet you in 1 year time and share the success stories which began with your motivational talk today. Every one of us, the 200 plus entrepreneurs on this platform, heartfeltly, we thank you for your message. And it was like the Gita ceremony that we had again today. Thank you so much, sir.